Since 2003, the American Ethnological Society has been awarding its Senior Book Prize biennially to outstanding anthropological works dealing with contemporary social issues and showing relevance beyond the discipline and the academy. I had the great honor of chairing the 2020 award committee made up of Sharika Tharanagama from Stanford University, Rihan Ye from the University of California, San Diego, and myself, Christopher Krupa, from the University of Toronto. This was a remarkable 2 years of anthropological writing, and we were lucky to find, amidst a crop of outstanding works, 2 truly tour de force submissions that inventively redefine the scope and scale of the anthropological project. We have thereby awarded the 2020 Senior Book Prize both to Deborah Thomas for Political Life in the Wake of the Plantation, Sovereignty, Witnessing, Repair, and to J. Lorand Matory for the Fetish Revisited, Marx, Freud, and the Gods Black People Make. While there's no substitute for celebrating these wonderful works together in person, as we normally do, we hope this can come close, showcasing what so moved us about each of these books, spreading word of their many substantive contributions to anthropological research, and giving the authors themselves a chance to acknowledge and thank those who have breathed life and thought into these texts.
Like the spirited things of the Afro-Atlantic religions from which Matory has learned so much, the Fetish Revisited is a literal vessel, bringing together Marx, Freud, and the gods Black people make in unexpected combination. Holding them in tension and forcing them to reveal new resonances, Matory at once defetishizes all 3 and writes them together into an Afro-Atlantic theory of theory that takes up ambivalence as its productive core. With this revisited, reworked fetish, he strikes deep at the root, the role that Western theory has played by its multifaceted and often subtle denigration of African thought in structuring and promoting racial domination globally. The Fetish Revisited addresses the potency of things without downplaying the human. Startlingly, it reframes contemporary debates on agency and materiality within a long-standing historical struggle over racialization that crosses continents, beginning with the classic fetishes of the slave-trading Guinea coast. At the same time, this book is deeply personal. It shows how these historical living conflicts and resonances constitute Matory himself in his lifelong search, in his faith in the Orishas, as in his anthropological training, and in the limits of these faiths. The Fetish Revisited is not just, as fetishes should be, unremittingly lively and mind-blowingly inventive. It sets out new expectations for what a book should be and do. Not a book anymore, but a living, active presence in the universe, animated by the gods it only ever provisionally masters into its orbit.
Ishulari. Hello, everybody. Much in human social life depends on the value we assign to material things and the credit given for their manufacture, distribution, assembly, and use, because the assignment of value and agency is a materially visible statement about who owes what to whom. The debate over the value and agency of things was central to the Enlightenment, which was a European bourgeois struggle for political equality with monarchs, aristocrats, and Roman Catholic priests. This debate was central to Marx's fight for the well-being and sovereignty of the European proletariat, with implications for his own status as a downwardly mobile freelance journalist and as an assimilated Jewish man in an anti-Semitic age. This debate was also central to Freud's system of therapy, model of human nature, and professional guild, which, by challenging the Enlightenment model of individual rationality, also challenged the superiority of ostensibly rational Gentile men to Europe's religious and sexual minorities. What stands out most for me, though, is that all of these efforts to revise Europe's social hierarchies stood on the backs of Blacks, taking for granted the notion that if you disagree with the social critics' insurgent redefinition of the value and agency of things, then you must be a fetishist. That is, you must be as foolish as an African monarch or priest fancifully worshiping his idols of wood and stone. This opening argument of my book, The Fetish Revisited, is directly relevant to the Black Lives Matter movement, whose title confronts a taken-for-granted premise of post-Enlightenment citizenship, that every white citizen and every population that aspires to equality with the normative white citizen is entitled to the state's and the international order's protection of his or her individual rights insofar as he or she is not Black, and is willing to agree with the early architects of national citizenship and generation upon generation of US American politician and white ethnic police officer that Black people are the paradigm of inferiority and unworthiness, the strategically useful antitype of the legitimate citizen. Of course, African monarchs and Afro-Atlantic priests and their followers have their own socially positioned perspective on the value and agency of people and things, which the Fetish Revisited endeavors to explain extensively. But not only that, this perspective is the foundation of my analysis of Marx's and Freud's own fetishism, that is, their own contestable and indeed self-serving displacement of value and agency from some people and things to other people and things. Someone gained and someone else lost in each of these socially positioned assertions. That is the central argument of my book, but it is also the launching pad of my next project, which began in late 2015 with my discovery of white American BDSM, that is, bondage discipline, dominant submission, and sadomasochism, also known as fetishism. This phenomenon is the excitingly object-filled world that superlatively dramatizes white American ambivalence about equality. Because white supremacy is a daily reality in the world's most self-celebratory democracy, such ambivalence might come as no surprise once one gets over the candor of its display in BDSM, except for the fact that in BDSM, white practitioners' main object of identification and emulation is not the master, but the slave. Clad in a black leather skin, the bound, gagged, beaten, and dominated person is the paradigm of relief from the burden of individual self-sufficiency, loneliness, and imposter syndrome. His role in the renegotiated hierarchy of postmodern late capitalist America is the object of my next study. Colleagues, friends, and friends-to-be, the greatest element of my joy at this moment is gratitude. I would first like to thank the eminent anthropologist Ulf Hannes for nominating the Fetish Revisited for this august prize. In our discipline, the scope and the originality of his work are unparalleled, so his respect for this book is a high honor indeed. When I grow up, I want to be like Ulf. An award from the American Ethnological Society is also especially meaningful to me. I published my first journal article in American Ethnologist. That was nearly half a lifetime ago, back in 1994. So I feel like I've gone from car seat to college with AES. I'm especially grateful to the Senior Book Prize Committee for encouraging me in this line of research, because it is controversial at all sorts of levels. There's something in it to offend everybody. Marxists and Freudians, university administrators, animal rights activists, and bourgeois Westerners generally, Christians, Muslims, and Jews, nationalists of all colors and continents, Afro-Atlantic priests, BDSM practitioners, and the list goes on. I am relieved then that the committee thinks I have told some important truths and have done so respectfully enough. I am also honored to share this award with my one-time dance partner, Deborah Thomas, and would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to her. I am thrilled to be in her company, dancing, as it were, with a star. I also thank Duke University for its generous support of the sacred arts of the Black Atlantic Project, a major source of inspiration behind and photographs in this book. Above all, I thank my darling wife and best friend, Olubunmi Fatoye Matory, for accompanying me in this research and in this life since 1982, as well as my priests and our gods for inspiring, teaching, protecting, supporting, and when I have been sick, healing me. I am mindful of you daily. For your patience, guidance, love, and tolerance of my endless questions, my foremost thanks go to Dr. Hamilton Sacramento Costa, Humbondo of the Brazilian Candomblé religion in Bahia, Brazil. Babá Murah Soares, Baba Lorixá of Brazilian Candomblé in Berlin, Germany. Iya Oshun Oshogbo Talabia Dedoin Fani, Iya Lorixá of the goddess Oshun in Oshogbo, Nigeria. Baba Steve Quintana, Baba Loricha of the Cuban Ocha religion in Hyde Park, Massachusetts. Mami Maud, or Maui Maud Evans, Mambo Asogwe of Haitian Vodou in Boston, Massachusetts, and Jacques Melheti. Iya Shongo Dara, and the late Iya Elegbo of Igboho, Nigeria. And of course, my wife Bumi, who is herself a priestess of the goddess Oshun. You all are not alone among the Afro-Atlantic priests who have guided me, but you have been my most loyal and patient mentors and collaborators. You have taught me and accompanied me in the classroom and in lecture halls for 3 decades. I realize that the research for this book has been a lot of work for you too. I know that you have sacrificed in order to protect me and to defend my worthiness of your attention and of my access to holy places and things. But I hope this award and my gratitude prove by some small measure the worth of your investment and the appropriateness of your trust. I cannot profess to have gotten all of your lessons totally right, but everything that is right in this book has depended on you. My dear friends, I love you. Merci en pile. Gracias. Obrigado. Esheu. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yaku oríire náà lórí ìwé tó jáde tí ó jáwé olúborí. A dúpẹ́ fún ìbáṣepọ̀ tó dánmọ́rán tó wà láàrin àwọn tí a jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀ pẹ̀lú African American Research Center. A dúpẹ́ púpọ̀. Congratulations.
Boa tarde. Eu me chamo Dr. Hamilton Costa, do terreiro Vodunzô, Cue, Salvador, Bahia, Brasil. Quero aproveitar esse grande momento para homenagear o professor Matory pelo esse grande prêmio que ele recebeu em homenagem a esse livro. Que esse prêmio não é só dele, é de todos nós, de todos os brasileiros, todos os africanos, todos os americanos. Parabéns, parabéns, parabéns.
Blessings from the house of Obatala and your godfather, Steve Quintana and Alabache. I'm giving you my blessing and my thanks you for being involved with you in the book, and very glad that you are being awarded. God bless you for everything you're doing for this religion and for our culture.
Hey Randy, this is to congratulate you on the award of the Senior Book Prize from the American Ethnological Society. Well done. It's a testament to your hard work and to your excellence and to your persistence. And I'm very proud of you. Kuishel from your Yawo, Babadu, Babayo, Ubayo, Kushe, and I wish you more. Chris to your elbow. Congratulations.
Ndareme di un ti prière pour m'bénir pour tout ça ou fait. Pour tout travail qu'on a fait et gens ou risquer vivre parce que ou voyager tout côté pour capable bay vaudois ou bay vaudois en voix. Et ça a vraiment touché comme ça fait du bien que moi ou fait tout ça ou fait là pour nous. Et je dis à un pile monde à travers le travail, nous connaissons vos droits l'important dans la vie peuple haïtien. Et demander bon Dieu avec toi pour bénir, pour multiplier et bénédiction dans la vie famille et puis pour capable évoluer pour arriver côté que nous pas jamais espérer. Demander pour loi continuer protéger et kembe la vie, mettez en santé pour faire plus bagaille pour nous.
Estou muito feliz que o Orixá mandou você para cá e você se uniu a nós. E essa união é que faz a força. Muito obrigado, Randy. Muito obrigado, Randy. Thanks, 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 thanks you so much. I love you because you are an special stone from this house.